What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And today we're going back to Alaska. We've been on an Alaska kick recently. I don't know why. When Alaska Gold pops up or Alaska Paydirt pops up for some reason, I feel drawn to it. I gravitate towards it. Maybe it's in my mind. You know, that's where all the gold's at, and I really want to get up there myself. But when I see Alaskan Paydirt pop up and become available, I usually like to grab some or at least check it out eventually. And one of those that I've been wanting to check out in a couple of different ways is Gold Daughters. Now, Gold Daughters, they are a company up in Fairbanks, Alaska. It's kind of outside of Fairbanks, Alaska, but that's where their mailing address goes to. But what they run is a pan stand. And you can go there, you can get yourself some pay dirt, or you can pan out of their pile. It's like $20 for a day. You can just sit there panning all day, finding gold, say thank you, and be on your way. But it's a pan stand that they have set up out there. And what they do is they collect all the trough tailings from the people who buy the pay dirt or who pan out there. When you buy a bucket of pay dirt, there's gold in there. People lose it when they pan it. So if they're panning it out there, they could very well lose some of their gold. Pioneer Paulie did a video recently where he went up there, bought a supreme bucket of dirt, and he panned some out there. Now I'm hoping he lost some gold and that it made its way into my box here, because I picked myself up a bucket or a box of their trough tailings. So this is what they have up there. When they shovel it all out, they bag it up, they sell it, and it goes for a good cause. They donate 10% of their sales to the Forget-Me-Not Animal Rescue up there in Fairbanks, Alaska. Let me go ahead and just show you the page, and we can read it together. All summer long, we have the privilege to teach gold panning to locals and visitors alike. Sometimes gold is lost along the way, filling up our trough tailings with what is missed when learning the new skill. Throughout the season, we empty the troughs and stockpile our dirt, always saving it or shoveling the tailings into buckets for at-home panning and to keep the gold fever at bay during the cold winter months. And then again, 10% of each of their sales for these is donated to the Forget-Me-Not Animal Rescue. There is no guarantee of finding gold, as these are the tailings. So, there's no guaranteed amount. I may find nothing in here. If everybody's panning great, there might be nothing in here. But that's usually not the case, especially when you got little kids panning. They're losing gold left and right. Grown-ups, same thing. I see people panning here and there, and they're just tossing the dirt out in some weird motion. And it's like, you know, their gold's flying right out of the pan when they do that. So, absolutely, there's a high chance that there's going to be some gold in here. I've been at panning troughs, and rather than even bringing any new dirt over, I would just scoop myself through the tailings that were at the bottom, and a lot of times found gold. So I'm pretty sure we're going to find something here. Hopefully, anyways. I'm really hoping I don't get skunked. But there is also the chance of an actual nugget, a real nugget, having made its way into here. So you never know. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. It's kind of a crapshoot, if you will. But there you go. The bags cost like $40. I think it's like $13 or $14, $17 to have it shipped. It is a heavy, heavy bag of dirt. It is wet. Let me bring it out. Here's what you get. Basically, maybe like 3 shovelfuls of tailings. It is damp. It's not soaked wet, but it's wet enough that classifying it is probably not going to work too well. I'll have to wet classify it. And I may do that just to get the big rocks separated from the littler stuff, because I don't like putting boulders through my sluice. So we'll at least classify that much, wet classify it. I'll grab the buckets and get going on that. But yeah, there you go. We got some dirt finally from Gold Daughters. I've been wanting to check this out for a long time. I want to get up to their panning place there and play with dirt all day. And I absolutely will if I can ever get up there to Alaska. And when I do, it's going to have a great time. But for now, we're bringing some here. And we're going to see if we find some shiny. So stick around. We're going to shake this out and then run her down the sluice. Don't go anywhere. Alright. So I've decided, since it's a lot of dirt, and it's going to be really messy, we're going to do this outside. Just to be safe and smart, Alright, now I don't know how good of a view you were able to get before, seeing as we were outside. I figured before I run anything down the sluice, let's get a little bit closer of a visual. So this is the big stuff, above 1/4 inch. Like I say, unfortunately I don't see any nuggets, but there's a lot of quartz pieces in here, so there could definitely be some gold inside of that quartz. So it might be worth it to pick the quartz stuff out, crush it up, and give it a pan, give it a sluicing. But for the most part, this is just shit to throw away. So we're going to set this over here to the side. We're not going to do anything with it here today. Normally that's just the stuff you throw off to the side. Now, there's our pay dirt. There's the stuff. Everything here below 1/4 inch. I rinsed it off, so hopefully it won't destroy my dirt over here. And yeah, so let's go fire up the sluice and find us some shiny. Alright, we're back. Sluice is ready to roll. Let's fire this baby up. Dirt is ready to be run. So let's set that up over here. It's a really big tub. There we go. Alright. Now just for reference so you can see how I've got this set up. That way I don't lose any material. Alright, let's get to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and speed things up because this is a big amount of dirt. But we'll speed things along, throw on some tunes, and be back when we're ready to see what we found. Let's go. All right, let's go see what we got. I'm seeing some shiny in there, some decent pieces. Right there, right there. Let's zoom in. Maybe you can get a good view on that too. Zoop. All right, so sloppy panners, thank you very much, because there's some shiny on my mat, and doesn't look like a huge amount, but there could be fines underneath those cells as well. So let's get this let's get this mat all cleaned up and find out what we found. All right, zoom in for a better peek. There's your gold, baby. Not much, if any, fines or anything, but definitely some nice chunkies that apparently got missed by the poor souls who were panning at the station. That's a bummer, but you know my say, no gold left behind, I'll give it a home. And so this new home is going to be in my vial. So let's get a little bit of water so we can snuffer this up. I'm going to put it to flame, dry it out, and we'll be right back with my final words and, I guess, ROI. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Gold's all dried up. Minor bobs hanging by. Gold daughters out of Alaska, USA, Fairbanks, Alaska. It will all pan out. And it did. We found a little bit of gold in there. And let's find out just how little bit that was. So, hello. Let's put it on an even spot here. Alright, Tara, just to be sure. Alright, 0.140 grams of gold is what we wound up finding. 0.140. Put that up. It's moving around, but I think 0.140 is where we're gonna call it. It's clearly, obviously not getting lighter. I think the scale's just wigging out because of the fan. But 0.140 is what we're gonna call it at. I can't stop it. Yeah, there you go. That was probably 5-10 pounds of dirt. And alright, so I'll take a couple pictures of this gold, and we'll be right back with my final words and ROI. Alright, welcome back. So, gold daughters, tailing trough. This is a little bit different than most of the paydirts that I usually review. Generally, the paydirts that I review are usually first time run, or seeded so that there's a guaranteed amount. This was actually tailings, which, thinking back on it, why the hell did I even buy this? That's silly. But there's always that chance that there's going to be a good scoop down there. This wasn't a terrible scoop for tailings trough. I mean, You know, $8. We'll get to that. Anyways, let's talk about the dirt. The dirt with tailings. Very, very muddy, very, very thick. I had to run it outside because it would have just destroyed my water if I hadn't cleaned it first. So do bear that in mind. This is natural sludge from the bottom of a tailing trough. It's going to be hard-packed clay because that's where all that shit winds up. It doesn't have anywhere to flow off like in a river if you're running your Paydirt there. The river's not going to take away all that dust and stuff and spread it out down in nature. It's going to all compact. And so you see that in this dirt. So what I would say your best bet, unless you're panning it out by hand, you're going to want to clean this. You're going to want to rinse it off, shake it up, make sure those clay chunks get broken up really well. Make sure the big rocks get cleaned of all that clay really well so that it all gets down to where it's supposed to be, into the Paydirt. The Paydirt, rinse it off, get all that nasty dust out of there. And in the end of it all, you know, it's kind of like Roaring Camp's dirt. It's very, very dusty. You're going to want to deal with that before you start running it. Otherwise, you're going to be running Milkshake. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all there is about the dirt. But not bad. Not bad at all. There was a lot of little garnets in there at the end. That was kind of cool to see. But yeah, it was very, very thick, to say the least. Now, let's talk about the gold. What we wound up finding was just a few little chunks. There was a little, a couple little pieces of some flowery fly poop in there. But overall, there was about 6 or so small flakes that made up the bulk of the gold that we found here. Yeah, I mean, for being out of tailing trough, not too bad, I guess. Just that fact means it's going to be really, really random, whether you find something, don't find something, find this amount, or find a different amount. So that's why I say this is different than what I usually do, because what I get here absolutely doesn't matter. This is just basically my experience with this product. But let's put the sign up. Move over here. Now we'll put the sign up. We paid $40 for the bag of dirt. 10% of that, $4, goes to a animal rescue out there to help support that. So that's a cool thing. The shipping on the bag was like $14, $17, I forget. There wasn't a shipping list or anything in the box, so I didn't have that here handy. But it was $40 plus shipping. So bear that in mind when you're running ROI and what you're paying and whether it's going to be worth it for you. What I wound up finding was 0.140 grams of gold. Just a little bit over a tenth of a gram. But today's value on that gold is going to be $8.65. And that's going to give me a pretty low ROI of 21%. That being said, 21% ROI for previously run tailings, knowing that there was no guaranteed amount, that's still not too terrible. It's definitely not what I would say is going to be a vial filler. It very well could be. Again, this is a very subjective Paydirt to the scoop that you get. There could be 10 times as much in the next bag they sell. There could be half as much in the next bag they sell. There could be nothing in the next bag they sell. So I don't want to say go run out and get this bag. You're going to get a tenth of a gram and you're going to have a great time. You might get a whole gram and have an amazing effing time. You might find a 5 gram nugget and just blow your mind. I don't know. That's how random it can be, and that's kind of why I wanted to check this one out. Because there is that potential. They are right there at the source. This is real Paydirt. And I know people suck at panning, so there's going to be a lot of loss at the trough. And that's, kind of you bank on that. And that's what it is. A little bit over a tenth of a gram is what I was banking on somebody would suck at panning out. Then I got it. I'll take it. But, I kind of wish they had bags that had guaranteed amounts. I know if you go there, they do. You can say, hey, I want this bag, I want that bag, I want the bucket with the whole full ounce in it. So they can custom tailor product there, or they have custom tailor product there. It would be nice to have that option online as well. Because, you know, I dug the material, and so did they, apparently. I appreciated the material, and I wouldn't mind having more gold in that material. A guaranteed amount, so that I know if I'm going to send you $70, that I'm going to have a gram of gold to see for it. Hint, hint. But overall, I definitely found some gold here. I was definitely not guaranteed to find anything. And so somewhere in the middle, there we are. Your mileage may vary, but hey, they're kind of limited. Obviously, it's what they have available while they're open during the season. When they're closed, they don't have anything. So check out their site. I'll put a link down below if you want to try and pick up a bag for yourself. Sometimes they're out of stock, sometimes they're not. Lucked out, got a bag, here we go. And there you are. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there is about that. You know, you make up your own mind whether my experience is something you want to try for yourself, or if you just want to save your money and get something that has a guaranteed amount that you know that you're going to be happy with, then that's probably a good thing too. But there you go. I mean, that's really all I can say. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber and you're somehow still hanging out here with me, dude, you rock on. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when I put out a new video. And don't forget to join us on Monday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, for BSing in the Sheds, our live show where we hang out, bullshit. Sometimes we talk about prospecting stuff. Most of the time we just kind of ramble on about whatever crosses the mind. But either way, we have a good time. And at the end of it all, after I'm done sluicing, somebody wins a bag of dirt. So don't miss out on that. Monday nights, 5 p.m. once again. Otherwise, head over to the Backyard Prospecting website, to the Prospector shop, and check out the gear and stuff that I have there. Toolbox sluices, Paydirts, and various other things. Check it out. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Tune in next time. This is Dig Daddy signing out. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I'll catch you in the backyard. Peace.